If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.
Welcome back to Talking Shit, where we are talking all sorts of shit. Shit's Creek, that is. I'm Jess Sterling, and today we are talking about Season 6, Episode 3, The Job Interview. And of course, I'm not alone. As always, I am joined by someone who once What is this? Yesterday. Oh, that's why. Who once deboned a branzino during turbulence. Stuart!
Skilled with a knife. More skilled than you are with an intro, Jess, and just reading your own handwriting by the sounds of it.
I wrote this down yesterday, and it would have been like within 20 minutes of us recording. And like, I never write the word branzino. I've never said the word branzino in my life, you know? So, not a high class person over here.
Yeah, it's only like prompting me to like Google what a branzino is.
It's a fish, yeah?
Sea bass, yeah.
Yeah,
Are they called branzinos?
That's probably what the fancy people call them. I'd probably just be like, yeah, you know, a largemouth bass.
Sure.
Do you have largemouth bass over there?
Sure. We have big fish. I'm not a fish guy. I'm really not a fish guy. Like, they
but you
swim
live on an island.
I know what salmon is, and like if it's not salmon, I don't mess with it. Like,
okay,
well, actually, I do mess with fish, but yeah, I know the difference between salmon and other fish. Like, that's enough, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
sure. Yeah.
But I find the whole like deboning a branzino to be the weirdest thing. Like when it was said, I thought it was going to be like a chicken or something. But I don't know why that.
Well, you have to debone fish to eat it.
Yeah, you debone fish, but like I don't know why I thought that was just a really strange choice for a private flight. I don't know why. There is a difference.
Who eats fish on a plane? I mean, I guess if you're on a no, still. Do you think it would stink up the cabin? You know, like it's
maybe.
Fish.
I thought it might just be my like tiny little brain thinking chickens have wings, therefore in the air it makes sense, whereas fish are in the water. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
you're only allowed to eat fish on a ship, people. Okay,
that should be the rules.
They must stay where they are. And I mean,
why we're in the land. We're in the in between. We're like in the in between. That we're allowed to eat everything. Mm-hmm. But on those like extraneous circumstances where you're in the air or on the sea, stick to the native creature.
No, I'm just thinking about like I'm thinking about like a really weird like D&D world where you can only consume the food like in the place where it's located. Like, not allowed to eat any sea creatures on land. Anyway, so yeah, the job interview. Stuart, what did you think about this episode?
A weird one, really. Yeah. The vibe was totally off, I thought. Funny. Had some really great moments. Good plot as well. I feel like we had like a real kind of like jump off from that. But the vibe was just not the same, I thought. I thought it was a bit just odd. Did you think the same?
Yeah, I think part of it was having Stevie and David be like off campus, if you will. Like they're not on any of our typical sets. So I think that kind of throws things off just a little bit. But yeah, there's something strange about this episode that I can't quite put my finger on. Maybe it's also because like Alexis is like sad this episode. And I think that also made me sad. I don't know. Watching Alexis just be sad and struggling, I think is just especially hard to watch. So maybe it was that. I don't know. And also Bob is sad. So that made me sad too.
Poor Bob. We're gonna get into that, I'm sure. But like that is just wait, people, because boy, have I been waiting to really brag about this.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Nailed it.
All right, well, let's do a little episode recap just in case people haven't rewatched the episode. Poor Alexis is missing Ted, especially because it's their anniversary. She decides to get them a pet turtle, little turtle Ted. Things go awry when she loses Turtle Ted, but luckily human Ted calls Twyla and sets up a little anniversary dinner for them at the cafe.
So
and it's
adorable.
So cute. Stevie and David get competitive as they both do interviews for a flight attendant job with Larry Air. Unfortunately for David, he's a little out of touch with what the job actually entails, and Stevie comes out on top. But will she take the job? Meanwhile, Johnny and Roland attempt to secure a loan with the bank for the second motel they want to purchase, but they are quickly denied because Johnny doesn't have enough assets. As we all remember, the motel, the Rosebud, is in Stevie's name. The couples decide to pitch Bob on investing in the business when they see him decked out in an all-new leather outfit. It turns out he is trying to be a bad boy because Gwen has left him for their local pastor. And they're trying to take the house. Poor Bob. Oh, poor Bob. Roland and Jocelyn end up getting a second mortgage on their house to buy the second motel, and the couples celebrate with some champagne. And that's our episode, Stuart.
A decent episode. A decent episode. A fair amount has happened, though. Like, where are we starting? Where are we going first? Because I've got thoughts on a lot of it. I think I want to start with Stevie and David. I think I want to start there. Their job interview. Good shouts. So the question I have on this one, so I've got a question for a few of these little plots, is does Patrick's outfit on David work for you? Or is it giving youth pastor because it was giving youth pastor? Like, does this mean that you're into youth pastors, or is it just your vibe in Patrick's?
No, like, this is so funny because when I rewatched this episode for the first time and I see David in that outfit and he's walking in, I'm like, huh. Like, it was weird because I was like, he looks good. but I was also very like, it was more of a like, he looks good, but I'm confused because he doesn't usually tuck his shirt into his pants. And that was the thing that threw me off the most was the tucking, right? The tucking of the shirt into the pants. But then when he said it was Patrick's outfit, I was like, okay, yep. Now he got me. It's the blue shirt, you know, I don't make the rules. Noticeably no Patrick in this episode. Devastating, truly devastating. But I do, this is the like, I mean, listen, in any relationship, you could wear each other's clothes. I don't judge. But this is also the benefits of being in like a same-sex couple is you really can like invade each other's closets fairly easily, right? Yeah. So I was like, and especially if you're around the same body shape type, whatever, I was like, dang, that's kind of nice. You know, you need a nice shirt, boom, pop in your boyfriend's closet, fiance's closet, good to go.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, it makes perfect sense. It was just jarring for me. I was like, David does not wear color. This is strange. I don't like it. It was very like uncanny valley, David. I was like, get it away from me. It's creepy.
Thank you, Carol.
So good. The snark in this episode was top tier. Yeah. David was Daviding the most that he's Davided in a while, which was fantastic. And Carol, Carol is possibly candidate for the worst person in this entire like series.
Nothing is complimentary with Larry Hare.
It's just not in our corporate vocabulary. What the F? Like, crying baby. You play people with alcohol. You give them whatever they want if there's a crying baby on a flight.
I'm taking the peanuts, Carol. It's just
it was so good.
So good.
I love that David like kind of was so competitive. Like David's competitive streak really shines in this because it's one thing to like David's entire, I think, like early journey was about like kind of just being himself and not compromising to other people's standards, and is willing to buckle on that core principle of oneself to win an argument. And I was like, that's petty AF. I'm here for it. Did that. It's kind of just wild. And then also just like the snark to Carol when got everything wrong, and Carol's like, oh, that's a great example of how not to do things.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could just see like David's piss boiling from the rage of just being told that he was wrong in that moment. It was so hilarious.
Yeah, this is just some classic David Rose, like bringing me back to the game night. Like just so uber competitive. And the fact that like you have to imagine he hasn't really applied for a ton of jobs in his life. Like we know he owned an art gallery that like was funded by his parents, right? Like he opened his own store. Like he's not used to really having a boss besides Wendy, who was very lax with him and let him get away with a lot, too much, if you ask me. So he doesn't really know how to conduct himself in an interview. My favorite, like what about your weakness, David? Would we consider loyalty a weakness? Like, stop it, David. I love the lady.
Too honest.
I'm gonna put down chatty.
It's such a good read. Like, absolutely saw him for what he was. It's like, yeah, completely.
Yeah.
I in the whole like interview thing though, like as competitive as David was, like I thought he was giving them what I think any other kind of like air company would probably want.
Yeah.
Which is that kind of like overly enthusiastic and, you know, like cookie cutter answers and stuff like that. I think it's just the fact that Lariat is awful. It's like monstrously awful by the sound.
It's like if Spirit Airlines had like a lesser, cheaper option. Like it is just horrifically bad. They don't do complimentary anything. You can't change your seat. They brag that the bathrooms are private. Okay. It's all very bad at Larry Air.
That's Spirit Airlines in the US, is it? So because we've got
the most budget one.
So we've got Ryanair over here, which is notoriously awful.
Did you say Ryanair?
Ryanair, yeah.
It's way too close to Larry Air. I'm concerned.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be a parody of that. I'm imagining because the owner is known for being like very vocal about just trying to cut costs. No matter what, but their social media totally leans into it. So when people like go on TikTok and be like, "Oh my god, I didn't even get a window for my window seat because they just got like the bare board or whatever it is next to them," they're just like, "Yeah, and you paid £3.50 for the flight. Like, deal with it." Like they're so funny with it. It's actually really kind of good. But like the owners also talked about like trying to explore options of like getting rid of like the last 2 rows of seats and having standing like seats. And he's like, if the health and safety people would sign off on it, he would do it and offer like £1 flights or like I don't know whatever. Because he reckons that people would take it, like students and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, they would, but like have some sense of, you know, like pride and like sense of humanity of like not allowing people to degrade themselves like the cheapest possible flights. It's horrendous. It's definitely modeled off of that. It must be.
Yeah.
But like, oh gosh.
Yeah, because it's this guy Larry sold off a bunch of delis to buy planes and decided to start his own airline company. And they're just basically holding open interviews for anyone to just come in, which is how David ends up doing this. He obviously gets cut and is really, really pissed off about it. And I love Stevie just like rubbing it in his face. Like, so you're pretty upset about this. I'm not upset, like says the guy who's definitely not upset. It's classic David. You know, it is very classic David where he owns his own store. He doesn't need to be doing these interviews, but he feels, well, our flight attendant once told me I would make a great flight attendant, so obviously I would get the job if I really wanted it.
I know. I appreciate the commitment to being on one high horse and really kind of like demonstrating the point. It would have been much better demonstrated had he beat Stevie and Stevie hadn't got through to another round beyond. But this is something that I'm kind of like hoping that Stevie didn't succeed in, because I don't think this is the career I want Stevie to go for. I don't know, maybe I'm projecting and being quite judgy. I don't think this is what Stevie wants nor needs.
I think she, like a lot of people, are kind of missing the forest for the trees here, where it's they think of traveling, they get to see the world. Like you think of all of the like perks of a job like this, and I think neglect to see some of the downsides of, you're always in the air. It's a lot of customer service stuff, which sucks. And like, I don't think that's her favorite part of being in the motel business, is having to deal with the people. And on top of that, I think your schedule is fairly unpredictable. So it's Larry Air, So we know that they liked her and they want her to work there. We don't have any confirmation on whether or not she took the job. But we'll see. I understand why she thinks of this as a good opportunity for her, based on what she said to Alexis in the premiere of like, you're so lucky, like you've got to see so much. I've really barely left town.
It does make sense. I just think it's just the poor choice of,
sure.
Well, like, had it been for any other airline, like, being a stewardess is not exactly like it's not an easy job by any means, but certainly it's going to be slightly easier if you're the better airline, I would imagine, than a budget one that's like as bad as that. Like, at least, I don't know, because you're not going to be dealing with like the best people. I imagine that there's going to be a lot of like unhappy people because of like how bad the service is.
If you can't offer them anything, they're going to be pissed.
Exactly. Yeah. Complimentary is not in the corporate vocabulary. I don't think you're going to be able to help them a great deal.
Nightmare.
Basically, going to be just pointing people to seats, opening and closing a door, and hoping the plane doesn't fall out the sky. Like, that is the job.
Yeah.
Glamour.
Yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening with Stevie, but unfortunately her absence is really going to make things difficult for Johnny.
Life is a workout, and Smoothie King is here to help you power through. Whether you're grinding out bicep curls or muscling the couch across the living room, crushing morning miles, or sprinting through back-to-back meetings, Smoothie King has fuel to help you maximize your workouts, own your recovery, and elevate your game. Give your body the energy, protein, and power it needs with a lineup of delicious smoothies made to help you conquer your goals. Only at Smoothie King.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
This guy goes to a bank expecting a faith-based loan. Like, what century are you living in, Johnny? Like, you don't have any assets. Like, yes, you're involved in the motel business. The motel is in Stevie's name. So you are basically, you're an employee, like you don't have anything to give as proof that you'd be able to repay a loan. And bringing Roland along, I think, only scores you negative points, to be honest.
Yeah. Johnny was about 10 years too late. Needed to get on that kind of financial market.
Back in my day.
Exactly. This was really super naive, Johnny. I guess somewhat hopeful, and I think it speaks quite nicely to his faith in the business. Of just I know we don't have assets. Like, I don't think he's an idiot, doesn't know that they don't have assets, but recognizes that this is such a great idea and that they would be idiots not to see the opportunity. It's just about,
and it's been a minute since he's needed an actual loan, right? Like, he ran Rose's video and it was successful and it was huge. Like, he probably was like, I have that I could point to as experience and, a reason they should give me this loan. And I think based on that and the proposal they have, he thinks it's just a shoo-in that they'll get the money. But unfortunately, without Stevie and what she brings to the table, which is the asset of the motel they currently have, it's realistic that they wouldn't be able to get a loan.
Yeah, I wonder if, as well as obviously the asset, that Stevie comes with somewhat a better credit score than Johnny Rose, who was,
It's possible,
done for financial frauds. Okay, it wasn't him that did it, but it was in his name. So I can't imagine that his credit record is anything good. So probably, I think he walks into the bank and it's like a devil walking into the church. It's just like starts burning immediately from the judgment of just like, you have no credit, get out. Like Johnny is, I think, again, he's just, isn't really naive when it comes to that aspect of it, I think. And I'm surprised that Roland is sticking by it so kind of vehemently. I thought that was, it's like Roland is stepping up. It's being a bit useless in the whole endeavor, but he's there. And
he's also the one who comes up with, in my opinion, not a bad idea of, let's approach Bob. I've seen his financial statements. The garage is doing really well. Look at he got plugs last year. Look at his leather outfit. He has money to spend. And Johnny remembers, he wanted to go into that bagel business, right? He must have investment money. Why not approach Bob? I think this is actually a decent idea. And unfortunately, the mark is not exactly, he's not a good mark, being he's in a state of financial ruin currently. But I do like the idea of it. And I think it's really, I like that we have this foursome working together towards a common goal of we're gonna juice Bob for money. We're gonna just serve him up some sloppy Jocelyn's, get him excited, get him in on this. You don't like the sloppy Jocelyn, Stuart?
I mean, it's certainly a sentence I did not expect to hear in this episode. Even with the context. Do you have sloppy joes over there?
Is it a thing?
No, really not a thing. Proper American staple food, I'm guessing.
I mean, I think in my opinion, it was made more famous by the movie It Takes Two, the Mary-Kate and Ashley film with Kirstie Alley, because it is they eat sloppy Janes is what they call them in that movie. But I grew up loving sloppy joes. It was and on your birthday, on my family, on your birthday, you got to decide what we had for dinner. And I would choose sloppy joes. I loved sloppy joes. So yeah, I mean, I had sloppy joes not that long ago. I think they're good. I don't like the sloppy part of it. I would like to give people a life hack. If you're like me and don't like that when you're eating something, it's just falling all over the place and just it's why I don't like hard shell tacos. It's just a freaking mess and it's annoying.
Nightmare, yeah.
Yeah. If you don't like that, my advice to you is you take your bread or your bun or whatever you're going to eat your sloppy joe on, shred that baby up, put it in a bowl, put that meat on top, fork. Boom. Easy.
I've never had the sloppy joe. I know that's fundamentally wrong, Jess.
It's not though. It's a hack. It's a life hack. You're welcome.
No, but surely isn't the benefit of a bun with sloppy stuff inside is that only some of it gets all soggy from the stuff that's inside. There's still some semblance of structure and container of bread.
But put the bun on top of the meat, shred the bun and then put the meat in the bowl first, then the bun on top, shredded, and then you can not get it as sloppy.
But then you don't get and then the bite of bread and bread on teeth. It's too sloppy. It's madness. It's madness, Jess. That's what I'm thinking. It's chaotic, and I'm not here for it.
It's too much. So they're gonna approach Gwen and Bob because Jocelyn and Roland are already scheduled to have dinner with them that night. And I need to ask you, obviously, Stuart, what did you make of Bob's leather outfit?
Horrendous. The leather jacket. And even the whole leather outfit makes sense, going for that kind of biker look. The problem is he's got it laced up, which is just a choice that is just a bit too far, I think. There's something about that. It's veering into the kind of leather daddy, genre of clothing thing, rather than being leather biker gang. It's a fine line to cross.
Yeah.
But I think he's just veered too much into like kind of one.
But he
camp.
wanted to be a bad boy, so that makes sense.
He looked like a bad boy. He looked like a bad boy that might have been just slowly kind of, you know, accumulating all sorts of matter inside if that coffee had made it. that was outrageous.
I love that he's like, I gotta go. I don't want to push my luck.
Mhm.
I've had 2 cups of coffee and these pants take a year to unlace. Is
Wild.
just incredible. He's kind of doing his little jog. He doesn't get to do the clap, but he did jog.
Yeah, it was. I felt like the jog was cut off. Like I felt like,
was.
were you outraged by that?
I was a little annoyed. Yeah, I was. I wanted the clap real bad. But can I ask, like, when you think of leather pants or a leather outfit, is there like a specific like pop culture thing that pops into your mind?
Ross from Friends.
Okay,
like,
yeah, me too. I don't know.
With the talc and slapping his head
And the
when
lotion
he's, like,
and
the
the
grip. Peak comedy. Like,
yeah.
rag on Friends all you want for like how it hasn't aged that well and stuff like that. There are scenes like that which is still top tier, perfect slapstick comedy.
David
that, like,
Schwimmer
works
is a
so
master of physical
Oh
comedy.
my god.
Like he's
The
so
keyboard,
good.
when he's like, oh my god, the sound effects,
Yeah.
phenomenal. When he's
It's his
drunk
music.
with the hot like fajita like pan,
Fine.
so good.
Yeah. No, one of my favorite lines of, well, he has 2 really good lines. One with the leather pants where he says like the lotion and the powder have mixed together to make a paste. He says it. And then when he's eating Rachel's trifle, and she like accidentally makes it mixed with like shepherd's pie recipe, and he says it tastes like feet. Like just the way he, oh god, it's so good. But he's exactly who I think of when I think of leather pants. Though Bob has the entire leather ensemble going for him.
Ensemble.
Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah,
but
I don't think he look great.
It's a new look for him.
Yeah, it doesn't mean it's a good look for him.
He's
New does not necessarily
trying.
mean good.
What if he had Ted's motorcycle that Ted was driving in that one episode?
I mean, it would complete the look, I guess. Would make more sense. Recontextualizes it, maybe puts him back into the kind of motorcycle daddy, bad guy kind of like vibes rather than leather daddy ones. I don't know. Bob doesn't strike me as a motorcycle guy, like at all.
I mean, he owns a garage.
Fair, maybe he could be.
But I do think
I can't envisage him on a Harley or anything.
No, he gives more. He gives old car vibes, like classic car vibes.
Okay, I feel like we were denied the possibility of a great joke of like seeing Bob arrive at Jocelyn and Roland's, but like he rolls up and you hear this like hog of a cycle like down the road, and he just turns up with this tiny little like moped as a joke. Like,
yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I could see him as like a classic car guy, or if Gwen was still around, Gwen's driving the motorcycle, he's in the sidecar.
Oh yes, the duo. That's the image. Yeah, I want that image.
She's in her rubber dress. Yeah,
we're never gonna get it because
your
boy was right, everyone. Boom!
I've been waiting seasons for this. I've been waiting seasons.
Oh. Ding for a point. Is it just that the clues were there and I just picked up on them, or am I actually psychic?
I think it's both. I think like the moment that we hear Gwen's out of town, like meeting up with a friend she met online or something, like that was like I when you're not watching this for a podcast, you're really just letting a sitcom kind of wash over you. But we are like dissecting it, so I'm not like super surprised you picked up on it and figured it out. But it is a little kind of out of nowhere when you think about the fact that like Gwen and Bob aren't like massive characters. You know, they're very much side characters, specifically Gwen. So to get this storyline, it's just so good that Gwen said she likes bad boys, and now she's dating their minister. And is it Jocelyn that says she was bragging about a religious experience?
Yeah.
You freak nasty, Gwen.
It's so funny because like Jocelyn took it as like surface level and only then contextualizes it, and she feels bad in saying it. but she still says it. It's like so unnecessary. Pop does not need to be told that she's been having a religious experience. That's the worst thing the last thing he needs to hear.
So funny. And Gwen and Parson Jim are after the house. So brutal.
Oh, I love that. As well as the fact that like they're also like plying him for the loan and stuff, and at the end he's asking that like Johnny for connections to see if he can get a loan.
Yeah, because you obviously know Bill Gates, right, Johnny?
Yeah, Bill and Melinda. Wow.
Oh, it was so good. So yeah, that unfortunately falls through. And turns out Roland and Jocelyn have taken out a second mortgage to purchase the second motel. So now everyone owns a motel except Johnny.
I guess, yeah, actually, you're not wrong. Yeah.
Really sad. Roland owns something, Johnny, and you don't. Oh, good God.
Taking out a second mortgage, though, I mean, that's a big deal, right? Like, this serious ramifications. Yeah.
Yeah. It also makes me wonder, because I was doing the kind of mental math here, right? We have Roland and Jocelyn are at a minimum in their late 40s, 50s, right? Like we think about Mutt's age. Let's say they're 50, just, whatever, ease of numbers. If they're 50, depending on when they bought their house, I imagine they bought their house when they were fairly young. They might, and most mortgages are about 30 years. Like, again, depending, there's a lot of variables, but like, let's say an average mortgage is 30 years. They may be almost done paying off their first mortgage.
Yeah.
So like, it's not, to have two mortgages would be a lot. But it's also like, that's a big risk you're taking on it. Like, cause theoretically, the idea is, now most millennials are completely screwed, but like the idea is to be done paying your mortgage before you retire, is kind of the thought process if you're able to even buy a home in this day and age. But yeah, this is a big risk. And it's interesting because Johnny's reaction I thought was really interesting, where he's like, yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. And he's like very excited because 2 minutes earlier, he heard that the motel was sold to someone else. So I think it's kind of like, well, if my option is no motel or Roland owns the motel, well, then I'll be happy Roland owns the motel. But
yeah, I thought Johnny's, like, his whole reaction was really kind of like serious. Like I thought it was really honest, which is quite funny because in the whole setup of it, it had been kind of almost like put out there as like a way of mocking it in a way, because Jocelyn offers the champagne, and then of course Moira's like, "Well, there's an excuse to drink."
If there's cause for, if that's not a cause for alcohol, I don't know what is.
Yeah, because she's talking about like the possibility of working, like she's not really working on it, but like being more involved with Roland and like having that connection. Whereas Johnny just is very happy about it and like kind of talks about how they're going to make it work. And, like, seems to be really positive on it. What do you think about the whole gesture of it? Like, because it's one thing, like the risk side of it, but like to just jump in and buy it and then assume the whole business relationship. Is it a step too far, or do you think it's like just within the bounds of?
It feels like a Roland thing to do, I guess, right? Like it feels like he is the kind who's just like all in, no questions asked. If Johnny believes in it, if Bill Gates believes in it, that's enough for us. If it's me, I'm having a conversation with Johnny and being like, we'll fork over the money. Let's get a business arrangement together. That's not who Roland is. I think Roland is the kind of person that Johnny wanted the bank to be, which is a faith-based person. Like he is like, I know Johnny. I trust Johnny. That's all I need to know. I don't need the numbers. I don't need to know the ins and outs of it. I trust that Johnny, and like in Roland's mind, him and Johnny are like BFFs. Like this makes perfect sense for him. So, and I think Jocelyn, it feels like, I think Jocelyn believes in Roland. So I think if Roland is like, I want to do this, Jocelyn's like, I believe in you, Rolly. Let's do it. You know?
Yeah.
That's how I kind of read all their dynamics.
Yeah, I think I'm really similar, because I came away from it and I was thinking, ooh, I think if there was any other dynamic and situation, I'd be a bit like, ooh, like that's a bit much kind of thing. And I think it just writes the line of being a very sweet kind of genius, very kind of like loyal. I come away from it being quite positive, and I'm like, this is a Roland idea. What the hell? Like, this is wild.
Yeah, I think it was. I'm assuming him and Jocelyn, like after they left that dinner or after Bob and them left, they sat down and they said, "Well, is there anything else we can do?" And second mortgage, And I have to imagine they've had ideas for other business ventures like in the past, and so this has been like a back burner thing where they've always had the thought of we could get a second mortgage on the house. But yeah, I do think it is like a big leap of faith on Roland's part. I think sometimes this sort of a thing can really work out in your favor. Like these sorts of people are rare, I think, in life to like have someone who believes in someone else so much. Like I am way too risk averse to ever consider doing something like this. It is too wibbly wobbly, like, you know, it's too intangible for me personally. But Roland is a gem who like really believes in his friends and like really believes that they could make this work. And I love that is something that is like very admirable about Roland, is that he is like that, because there aren't a ton of people that wouldn't get into the like, and I own this business, right, Johnny? Like, so I control this business. He's not like that.
No, I don't get that vibe at all, which I think is really good as well. Yeah.
So that's what's going on with Jocelyn, Roland, Johnny, and Moira. We have to talk about Alexis, because poor Alexis, man, she's really going through it. She's missing Ted. He's been going on like trips where he doesn't have Wi-Fi. He doesn't have the ability to contact her. I felt really awful for her in the opening scene, the cold open, where everyone is just walking in on her.
Nightmare fuel, that is. Like, the fact that David is such a douche by like telling,
why is he telling Johnny about this?
Yeah. Alexis was going to engage in cyber sex. Like, first off, calling it cyber sex. So weird and wrong. Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then Moira jumping in, being like, what have I told you about putting your body online for like, so flagrantly?
Not without proper lighting.
Yeah. Absolute nightmare fuel of a situation. I don't think I would literally want the world to swallow me. Like, just a hole in the ground.
I would never recover.
Me. Yeah.
No, yeah. I would absolutely never recover. And I just love that Alexis is like reading blogs about how to help with long distance relationships. Like, it's like she's really trying. She really is. And she says, oh, you know, if there's something you can bond over, like a pet. And it's like she got a turtle because like where he is, they were like researching turtles or whatever, right? Like, it's very sweet. She's trying her best to like, I feel like Alexis is trying so hard to look at the bright side of things and to like make this work in a way that is very admirable. I just think it's all very difficult. Long distance relationships, like I've never been in one and I never want to be in one. It does not seem fun. It does not seem easy. And I think the distance is getting to them a bit at this point.
It's been 8 days.
No, it's been 8 days since he was on that hike, I thought.
Don't care. It's been 8 days since he was on the hike and they hadn't seen each other. Get over it. Like, I don't know if I'm just really unemotional. I'm here thinking that I'm in the Moira camp. I'm like, oh, you're relying on all these little like tropes and tricks that like if you're struggling already, that's not a good sign. Yeah. I am seeing red flags galore. I think it is sweet, but the fact, I don't know what it is. Like, there's something about this that I'm just like, this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I guess I'm a little less harsh on it because long distance is more bearable if you're able to do like video calls and phone calls and texts a lot. But the fact that he is like has really patchy Wi-Fi in general and then keeps going on trips where he's just completely unable to be reached, that feels way more like intense than a normal long distance relationship, you know? Like, he's not in an area with like a great access to the internet and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense. And like, don't get me wrong, like the whole effort that they're putting in, I don't think is like the biggest red flag. But I'm also like, whenever they're like, oh, it's been so long, and I'm just like, it's been 8 days, get over it. Like, it's like, get over yourselves. But the whole, I mean, of all things to purchase, a turtle. What a awful. I know that it's a shared experience, and I know that like this makes sense in Alexis's mind. This doesn't make sense. Like, Alexis is not a pet person at all.
No, I mean, we know she isn't, right? She was never really fond of any of the animals at the vet. So I don't think she's big on pets in general. Yeah, a turtle is a choice. I'm not a big, love all creatures, okay? As far as pets, I am staunchly anti-tank. Anything that has to be contained in a cage or a tank, that has to be cleaned regularly or it will smell, is not for me. It is another reason why I wouldn't get a cat, because litter boxes disgust me. Say what you will about having to pick up a dog's poop. It's pooping outside, baby, not inside.
I thought you were about to say when you said like a tank and a cat, and I was like, what cat are you keeping in a tank?
I can't do pets. Welfare? I can't do pets that need to be contained in that way.
Yeah.
And
anything that
smelly.
I feel like anything that like is contained in a tank is either fed like non-food, like little like sprinkly food like fish and stuff like that, or
mice.
If it's bigger, mice and insects. And I'm like, get out of that. Like, keep that stuff.
And I need it to be fluffy and cuddle. I need to be able to pet it. I need to be able to like snuggle it and pet it and give it kisses. And like a turtle, can you? I mean, I guess you can, but like it's not going to give you the same sort of reciprocal love that a dog can.
I saw a thing recently, and it was like a TikTok, and it was a corn snake that was like on the table of like some people, and it was just like snaking around. I think it was on like one of those like Come Dine With Me TV shows or something. You have like dinner parties and you're judged on them and stuff like that. And then the snake just starts shitting everywhere. It's just like, because you forget, like,
what does snake shit look like?
Awful. And it's not like, I mean, dog shit is bad, but at least it's like usually pick upable and like put in the bag.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, it's very rare that it's not. I mean,
listen, I've picked up a lot of dog poop in my lifetime. Like, it's not the most fun thing to do, but at least, again, if you train the dog properly, it's outside. It's not as bad, you know? And there's like pooper scoopers. There's all sorts of things you can get to help with it.
But yeah, clearing out a tank of just like, and like something that's just like sitting in a living where it like lives. Like, no.
Yeah, it's just not for me. I can't do tank animals. And so she has Ted the turtle. She loses Ted the turtle. I love Twyla being so upset.
Yeah, do you know why she's upset? I had to Google this to like find out. So apparently, like, turtles on their exterior carry the salmonella bacteria, and they may not necessarily show signs of being sick. But obviously, like salmonella in like a restaurant is awful. And so like Alexis going, oh yeah, he's been washed. It doesn't matter. Might have salmonella, and it's just I did not know that about turtles. So I'm never going to touch a turtle ever, because salmonella, don't fuck with salmonella, people.
I do love her saying like, oh, if you see him waddling around, just like shoot me a text. And she's like, I hope you're joking. Me too, girl.
What do you think about a little trail of lettuce that she left when it was like dinner time to try and
very
catch him?
Sweet.
It was so much lettuce, like all over the place.
Lettuce,
like Hansel and Greteling it.
Time for dinner. So unfortunately this is like not really working in the way that she wants it to, but Ted is like so lovely. He sets up the cutest little dinner at the diner at the cafe for them.
Good. What did you think about the driver who turns up? And then
I love you didn't blink. Okay, it's not a hostage situation. She would know. She would know.
I was gonna say, if it wasn't Alexis, I would think that is the dumbest logic in the world. But because it's Alexis, I'm like, yeah, I trust her judgment on that. Like, I think she
Yeah.
knows. Yeah.
It's not an abduction. You didn't blink. I believe
And
you.
the way she even answers it, she's like really playful. She's like, as if like maybe if it was an abduction, she'd still be like kind of somewhat game. Like, I think that she'd find it entertaining. I don't know. Strange reaction. The guy looked a bit like kind of odd though, like somewhat.
Yeah, who is
like,
this rando?
Yeah, like, but he had a slight, I don't know what, like, slight Addams Family vibe to him of like,
like Lurch.
he had like a really serious demeanor that was just very strange.
Yeah, and so they have their cute little dinner, and Twyla's like, oh, I'll go in the back. You all have your privacy, and they did a little boops. It's very sweet, because it is their anniversary again. Like, for as much as you're like, oh, it's only been a few weeks, it is their anniversary, so it's not like it is a special occasion. So
I like how Alexis tried to sully it a little bit when she turns up and Ted's talking about like what's on his lower half, and she's like, talk more about your lower half. And he's like, Twyla's not there behind you, and then
hey Ted.
And then Alexis is like, yeah, it's all right, I'll lock up Twyla, and like try to get a moment of privacy with Ted. She's like, I have to be here to serve you dinner.
It was very sweet.
It was really sweet. Like, of all gestures, like Ted did really good on that one, I think, because he can't be there, but like still had a date, felt like it was there, and set up, and it worked all great. Bless him.
It was lovely. Anything else you want to talk about before we get into our ratings, Stuart?
Gosh, not that I can think of. I think we've covered this one fairly kind of extensively.
All right, well, let's give our ratings here. As always, we have the Simply the Best and the Disgruntled Pelican. Gosh, I feel like there are a couple options for both of them. Simply the Best. I'll go first. I think for me, in the running for this award, I think there are kind of two standouts. One being Ted, who we were just talking about, arranges this like really lovely evening to kind of bridge that gap between him and Alexis. So they're, he's kind of an obvious one. I also low-key think Roland does like a pretty great job this episode. Like,
yes, so does.
Like the more I think about like him taking this like leap of faith, and he really is very supportive. He comes up with the Bob idea that again doesn't work out, but like it's good in theory. Like it really is. Like it's a solid plan. I think I really like what he does this episode, and I think if I'm going to be so harsh on him when he does bad things, I also have to reward him when he does positive things. So as much as I do want to give this point to Ted, I just think Roland is taking a larger leap of faith. I think what he does is bigger. So I'm going to give my point to Roland.
Holy shit. It's happening, people.
Literally.
It's getting mine as well. Roland is my MVP as well. Because like you said, he takes like such a like leap of faith in the idea, in his friend. And it comes without condition. Like, they're buying into the business. Like there is a like he's not giving Johnny the money to do this. Like they're the ones that have bought the motel, but it's also like they've not bought a motel, they're buying into the business. That's how they frame it. And like they want that partnership, they want to work with Johnny, they want to help him, and given that they've had like a frayed relationship up until now, and yet still every time like they come out like somewhat closer, and I don't know, it just it oddly got me in a way, like kind of sucker punched me with a bit of like the good feels. I was like, I like how they've become these odd pairing friends and how their little dynamic works. And I think it's like made all the better by like obviously the connection that's happened with like Moira taking Jocelyn to like give birth and like being a part of the Jazzer Gals, and then Johnny and Roland working together on the motel. The awkward golf like kind of like tutorial. Like there's just been these odd moments, and I think that this is a great way of it culminating, kind of like cementing they're buddies. And I think that's really good.
As for the Disgruntled Pelican,
I
feel like this is a tougher one. Like if I'm talking through some options, I think like David. Yes.
Are we including Carol in the rankings.
I think
Like,
that's the thing. Yeah. Because I think if we can't do Carol, I think personally the only other option really is David. Like, he is being hyper competitive with Stevie over a job she actually wants, and he is like making fun of it, putting on a show, making her look bad in front of her potential employer. Like, I think he's not great. Although it's all very much played for comedy. And it's very much in his personality to be hyper competitive. I don't know that there's anybody else besides Carol that is even like in contention. No, is it Alexis?
A little bit
the
Alexis.
turtle?
A little bit Alexis.
Ted the turtle.
Yeah, like, yeah. I think maybe there's a slight case for that if we are kind of pushing. But yeah, like, not including Carol does make things tougher. I think Carol is like the obvious bad one. But then
taking the peanuts, Carol.
Is it a cop out because she's intended to be the bad character?
Yeah, I don't know. See, I feel because like with other one-off characters, I have felt so much stronger about giving them negative points. Like someone like Amir, someone like Clive, or Mutt, or Bevan Don. I mean, not Mutt, but like Bevan Don, right? Like those characters feel like it's like, yes, they're one-offs, but they were so horrendously bad that we had no other choice.
Yeah.
Was Carol to that level of awful? She's more of a mouthpiece for Larry.
She's a mouthpiece for Larry. So do we include Larry?
That just feels very like we're now introducing corporations into our.
Yeah.
Into our
wait. Get this. Capitalism.
Capitalism is the big bad.
Yeah.
We would give them negative points every episode. I think I'm gonna go David just because I don't know. Carol just feels a bit like a stretch to me, like a bit more of a cop out than other characters have been in the past.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's good because it does feel like a cop out. I'm gonna agree as well. Like I'm throwing out Alexis's really clutching at straws. Like, the turtle wasn't the smartest thing to do. Yeah, I think she should kind of get over it. Yeah, I'm heartless and very kind of like unromantic in that sense. But like, she misses the guy that she loves, and that's very sweet. David, on the other hand, is being hyper competitive, is pooping on Stevie's parade. Stevie is just trying to like, this is Stevie's first dipping her like toes in the pool of what life outside of Schitt's Creek could be like, and immediately he's being like, I could do better than you at this. Maybe you nepo baby, maybe you might have a bit more insight because you had a private jet and you were deboning Branzinos on a like private jet. Stevie is Stevie and has worked her ass off to even get where she is. So like, give her this.
Yeah, and I also, when she says it's an emergency and she needs him, he like stops at the cafe, like he's like taking his time.
I forgot about that. That's really bad as well.
It is really bad. Yeah. So yeah, David deserves to get the disgruntled pelican points this episode, I think.
It's just a shame because he was so funny. Like,
also he doesn't pull off the outfit like Patrick does. So just saying.
Wow. Just saying. I mean, pulls off Patrick's outfits at other times, but that's off camera.
Wow. Okay, speaking of outfits, let's talk Moira's wig because Wig Watch is back on, baby. We've got a wig and it is green.
So green.
I love it.
Purple lip to complement it. She's going for like this hyper glam swamp like lady. Like, that's what I'm getting from this.
Glam swamp lady.
It's a really kind of like swampy green, right?
It is. She has another wig that's this similar in color to this one, and I'll be honest,
right? Yeah.
Give me any green wig. Like, I find this so much more exciting than your basic brunette wigs that she's had in the past. Like, give me this green wig. I think it's fabulous. It is ridiculous looking. It's giving Carol Brady from the Brady Bunch, but make it green.
But make it green.
Make it green, but go swimming in a swamp first. Yeah, I'm into it. I love it.
Glad someone does.
She dressed up for Bob, just for Bob and Gwen, I guess.
Yeah, this is the money making outfit. Apparently, this is the invest in our business outfit.
Yeah.
Sure.
So
Okay.
rude. So rude. I think she looks great. Purple and green, a classic combo.
Yeah, swampy combo.
What? So rude. They're what's it called? Colors. Complementary. Or
yeah.
the ones that are opposite each other on the color wheel? I know things.
I think it's like yellow is exactly opposite. But
you're right.
It's on the opposite end.
Yeah, no, you're right. It is yellow and purple because it's blue and orange, yellow and purple, red and green. Anyway, this is I watercolor sometimes, and I need to know these things to be able to mix colors. Anyway, okay, that's Moira. That's her wig. It's time to tier rank the episode. As per usual, we have our rankings: hot shit, full bouquet, love that journey for me, Ew David, and shit out of luck. Stuart, what do you think?
I'm finding this really difficult to do because I feel like perhaps I might be judging it a little too harshly, but I'm veering towards love that journey for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you disagree.
I don't disagree. I think the vibes are a little strange in this one. I think there are like. I think in terms of when we're talking comedy and heartwarming and plot momentum and plot progression, I think heartwarming maybe the Roland moment, but even that, it's not like giving you the most warm fuzzies. And like the Ted and Alexis thing is cute, but I don't think it's like, again, warming your heart in that specific way. Comedy, I think the Larry Air stuff is actually pretty funny. I think
David carried it for comedy in this whole episode, I think.
Yeah. There's a famous gif also when that child won't stop crying. He's like, you and me both. Like that is a very common Schitt's Creek gif. And then I think plot progression, obviously we have the purchasing of the motel and we have Stevie like exploring some job opportunities. So there is some plot progression, but I think it's an average episode. I really do. I think it's a love that journey for me. I don't think it's like anything like absolutely incredibly fantastic.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning like higher end of the love that journey for me. I still think it's a strong episode.
I think it's stronger than the incident for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's like certainly just for the laugh of David drinking the wine from the bottle at the end and giving that face of
grimace.
That was awful wine. That was really funny. But yeah, was it as good as the season opener? I don't know. Like, I think I'd probably come away and watch the season opener over this one.
I think I would too. I really like them going to the venue, the wedding venue. I think I like that above the other stuff. And Alexis finding out she booked the wrong date. So yeah, I think that's where I think it should go there. I think it should go in between smoke signals and the incident. And love that journey for me. So we're getting a lot of love that journey for me so far. 3 episodes.
Love that journey for me.
Like we said, like love that journey for me. Good, solid episode.
It's a solid episode. It's average. Yeah.
Mid-tier is good. It's not bad.
Next episode, Stuart. The title is Maid of Honor.
I mean, the official pick for the Maid of Honor. Oh, this could be contentious.
What do you think is going to happen?
Like, if we go down traditional gender roles, could it be Stevie? Could it be Alexis? Is Moira going to be like, why am I not Maid of Honor? Like, I don't know. Like, seems like the kind of thing that she might try and do.
Yeah. I'm just looking and seeing. And look at you. They have the European Canadian spelling of honor with the U.
The correct spelling, I think you'll find it's referred to as. But I am also projecting that David is the bride in this whole encounter, mostly because David's been acting like the bridezilla, I think, mostly. I feel like it's not quite the cementing of like gender roles here, but I think it is more that David is the bride in terms of spotlight shall be on David for this. I don't know, like I'm getting the sense that there'll be like a slight competition thing going on there.
Okay, I'm just looking. I was looking to see what the plot is for the next episode. Okay, I remember this one.
Have you not done a rewatch of this season yet?
I haven't.
Jessica.
I know. I need to get on it. There's some fun stuff next episode, so I'm excited.
Forward to it. Yeah.
So that will be next week, season 6, episode 4. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we are chugging right along. I can't believe it. Oh my God. We keep saying this, but it's going to be doing closer soon. Oh my God.
Freaking out. Time, people. Where is it going?
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's about it. Anything else from you, Stuart?
Not going rather than just the usual kind of call for like feedback, emails in, podcast@talkingshit.com. We love reading people's feedback out on the show. You leave a 5-star review, Jess will read it out.
I have to read it.
Word, legally.
Make me read
contractually
things.
obliged to do so. And also like any 5-star reviews obviously really do help us out. Yeah.
All right, cool. We'll be back next week with season 6, episode 4. Until then, everyone, warmest regards
and best wishes.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.